Hi, my name is Danielle Schwartz. I never really had an athletic role model growing up. I remember watching gymnastics with my grandma, going to baseball games with my family. I heard a lot of stories from my dad about sports, him playing baseball, running track. My mom was a cheerleader, and they both started running marathons when I was younger, so I'd see that. I played every sport, at least I tried. I was really overweight. I played basketball, soccer, I even tried karate. From all those sports, I really enjoyed gymnastics. I did for like 4 years, and I got good, and I wanted to go competitive. And the coach told me I would not be able to unless I lost 15 pounds. So I decided to go to a weight loss camp. I really had to persuade my family, my mom and dad, to let me go. It was not something they made me do, but I loved it. I came home and I wanted to try to find my sport to keep me in shape. I tried rowing because all the other people in my class or friend group were doing it. So it was orientation that summer, and I went in. All the people were good looking. The coaches were good looking. I'm like, I'm going to get in shape from this. So I tried rowing, and I realized within 2 days that that was my sport. I ended up being MVP multiple years. I'd race sometimes with varsity. That was my sport. Like, I was not always the smartest at school, but with rowing, I was good. Rowing gave me a friend group that I had in school, and then a family that we would have team sleepovers, celebrate Thanksgiving together. Um, we really cared about each other. And when we'd go to races, it would be overnight, so our families would be best friends with each other. So that was my whole social interaction and social structure, just with people around me. I didn't know anything other than the life that they were living. Um, some of them were really wealthy. Rowing is an expensive sport. So one day I saw for my friend's birthday, he got a BMW M3. So I went with high expectations, telling my parents I want this type of car. Uh, Took a while, and obviously I did not get a BMW M3, but I got a car, and that was good enough. Birthdays were exciting for me. It was something that I knew was going to be celebrated. There was a ritual with rowing. Whenever it was your birthday, at the end of practice, you'd get thrown in the water. So I was excited for that. So a couple years later, I became a rowing coach. And as the weeks went by, I realized I had the ability to share the passion I had for rowing with these high school kids. I coached high school girls around the age of, well, like high school 8th graders and 9th graders, but if you were new to rowing, you became a novice. And within the last 3 years, I found that feeling of being the best rower to having the same feeling of sharing the passion I had for rowing with these kids. The rowing club had around 80 kids. This includes novice girls and boys and varsity girls and boys. And we were all, again, one family. That's just the environment I had there. Many times kids were getting injured. They're high school kids. Their bodies are not really developed yet. And I researched and done stretches and spoke to the other coaches on ways we can kind of avoid having the kids get injured. And that's been something I've been really interested in. I love with like topics with injury. I love being a coach. I love sports and helping kids when they're about to race, kind of talking to them, the whole psychology of it. So right now I am Coach Danny, but for the future, I know it'll be something related to sports, and socially, I know that it makes an impact in my life. I went right back to the rowing club right after I came back from UCF, and I'm finishing school at FIU, but I love being home. My beach rowing club is home.